Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. In this video, I will talk about some key points that we can learn from Surah Al-Fatihah. This surah is very special. The reason being is Allah has put it at the very beginning in the Quran, and this is the surah that Allah has chosen for us to repeat every single time in our prayers. So in this video, I will talk about 9 habits of a successful Muslim that we can derive from this surah. Before we go to the first ayah, let's start with the Awuz. In Surah Al-Nahl verse 98, Allah has mentioned, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ, which means, when you recite the Quran, seek Allah protection from shaitan, the outcast. Shaitan will never give up to drag us to the hellfire. Therefore, feel the insecurities and seek Allah protection in everything that we do. Because remember, even when we are reciting the Quran, the words of Allah, Allah has asked us to seek the protection from the shaitan. Therefore, the first habit is safety first. Moving on to the first ayah. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Second habit is start everything with Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Be confident in the hope that the most gracious and the most merciful Allah is with you while you are doing your task as you start with Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. The more we ponder and the more we believe in the attributes of Allah, the more we will feel the effect of reciting Bismillah. The third habit is always think positive about Allah. Don't ever lose hope in time of trials. Remember, He is the most gracious and the most merciful, and trust Allah. He is the best planner. There is definitely something good for you in that trials. By having a positive thought about Allah, you will easily reach a satisfaction, tranquility, and happiness in your life. Next, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. All praises and thanks are to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Fourth habit. Praise Allah from the depth of your heart and be grateful to Him. He gave you safety, air to breathe, gadgets, everything. He even blessed us with parents, childs, and friends. And the fact that you watch this video is also a form of blessing from Allah. So, let evaluate ourselves. How many times did I get distracted and complain by the loss of some blessings, while I forgot to thank and praise Allah for millions of other blessings that I still have? Let alone, if Allah didn't take anything from me, will I remember Allah and express my gratitude to Him during that time? Now, I will jump straight to the fourth ayah, which is Malik Yawmiddin, Master of the Judgment Day. Why Allah mentioned about the Judgment Day? This is because Allah wants us to plan our life and our day by keeping akhirat in front of us. Whether we are going to play sports, eating outside, organizing or attending an event, or even when we are playing our phones, always remember to pray on time, to watch our words and actions, and do not cross the boundaries when interacting between opposite genders. Remember the death, the grave, the resurrection, and judgment day. Use your life, your youth, and your money in the right way. Therefore, the fifth habit is to keep the end in mind. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. There are 2 habits that we can take out from this ayah. The first one is to worship Allah alone. In Surah Al-Zariyat verse 56, Allah has mentioned, I have not created the jinns and the human except that they worship me. So this is the purpose of our life, to worship Allah alone. To fulfill this purpose, we should have the intention of ibadah in every task that we do, be it seeking knowledge, working, or even connecting with our friends in social media. This also will remind us to abstain from doing harm things while we are doing our task. The second habit from this ayah is to seek the help of Allah. Without Allah helps, we cannot do anything, even when we wanted to do ibadah. So ask Allah to help you in everything that you struggle with. For example, you can ask Him to make you more khushu' in your prayer, maintaining a good intention while you are doing good deeds, or to make it easier to understand what you learn. Anything. He loves when we ask from Him. Alright, let's move on to the next ayah. Ihdinas Siratal Mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. This ayah means that we should seek guidance for every aspect in our life, and our source of guidance is Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. However, we need to look for the guidance, not just wait for it to come by. Therefore, we need to show some effort in order to get it. So let's think back. We recite Al-Quran every day in our prayer, but We don't even try to understand what does it mean or implement the teaching in our life. Do we even try to learn the Quran and Sunnah? For example, like attending Islamic event or talk, or we just ignore it when someone did organize such an event. So let's reflect ourselves. Are we actually sincere when we ask Allah for guidance, or we just do it for the sake of just saying it? The last ayah is Surah Al-Fatihah أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. The path of those who you have bestowed favors on them, not the path of those who earn your wrath, or the path of those who goes astray. In previous ayah, we ask guidance from Allah, and in this ayah is the clarification on which path we want to be guided to. There are three groups of people mentioned in this ayah. The first group is those who Allah has bestowed favors on them, like the prophets, martyrs, righteous people, and even Prophet Muhammad SAW companion. The second group of people is those who earn Allah's wrath. They are those who know the truth but do not act upon it. For example, the mushrikun, or it could also be Muslims that know the teaching and the ruling of Islam, but they choose not to practice, or they just ignore it. And the third group of people is the one who doesn't know or don't even want to know. They act without knowing the truth, or they didn't even bother to know the truth. I'm pretty sure everyone here wants to be in the first group. Therefore, the ninth habit is we should choose and follow the right role model, and we should try to imitate their action, which has made them to be bestowed favors by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.